All right, guys, now we are over in another part of Weta. We are at their game studio, and we're gonna try to find out a little bit, maybe a little bit about the upcoming Tales of the Shire game that I'm sure many of you gamers out there are very excited about.
Well, I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but there are other action games I like to play involving beautiful women with beautiful guns. And look at the one she's holding right there. Or am I talking about the other two guns I can't stop staring at? But here we are, folks. Another video, another day, because just like that dude in Street Fighter, it was a Tuesday that this all happened. But honestly, folks, when you look at the woman Calliope Ryder, I don't even know if I've said her name correctly, a gay cat lady from New Zealand who lives in New Zealand, by the way. And no, I am not throwing a homosexual slur at her. By her own admission, she came out quite early in life, but didn't tell anybody until her mid-20s. Why is this even relevant, Jace? Why does Calliope own cats and likes to wear jeans as far up her batty hole she can go? Well, quite simply, she's the lead or former lead game designer for Tales of the Shire that's coming out next month, I believe. And honestly, this woman is extremely unhinged. When you see what she posts on social media, one or two of them I can't even read out verbatim. I'll have to tippy-toe around them, actually. You'll see that you have to ask yourself the question, why on earth are women like her making video games like this? A game that goes back to the early 2000s, and again, insulting great games that came out in that period, but who the hell is going to buy this dog shit of a game that even Professor J.R.R. Tolkien himself would never, ever approve of?
We love hobbits, and with Tales of the Shire, we want to immerse you in their world.
We just really want Tales of the Shire to feel like a warm hug.
Their world.
We just really want...
Tired of the MCU and pop culture disasters? Then watch Jason Dumbass King on Kung Fu Hot
This is not a spoiler for Tales of the Shire. Don't freak out, folks. We're just goofing off and having fun.
Why would there be anything to spoil in this game, dude? Nobody's gonna buy it except you, Nerd of the Rings guy. Oh my god.
All right, next up, we've got Calliope Ryder.
Oh, Calliope. I didn't know that's how you pronounce it. Calliope. What a stupid-ass name. By the way, Calliope should probably get laser treatment for the hairy forearm she's got. Honestly, if male Sasquatch exists and he sees her in New Zealand, she could have found her mate for life. Yes, because Calliope Ryder, folks, no matter how you freeze her face, she just exhibits the crazy eyes. Yes.
Fine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, one more time for old lang syne. Yeah. Oh, we just had it. We just had it. Oh, my God. Go back. Go back. Yeah, there it is. Nosferatu in New Zealand.
Hard at work. We were talking a little bit earlier.
Wow, this Nerd of the Rings guy is so full of charisma. He makes me want to go back to sleep again. Holy shit, this video was released 9 months ago, and nobody, it seems, except Nerd of the Rings, gave an absolute shit about this low-tier video game nobody is going to play or buy.
Hey.
And yep, has a case study for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is who makes your video games. The crazy, frazzled-haired woman with the nose ring and the tattoos and zero personality who goes on social media triades, or tirades even, like this one that I'm about to show you. Now, bear in mind, folks, that we've had this recent USAID revelation bombshell that happened last week in America, where $8 million was funded to various outlets to propagate anti-gamer talk. Anything about DEI or ESG should not be attacked. But look at this. So Calliope Rider says, I promise I've never received a message from a higher up that said needs more diversity so we can get government funding. It's just that games are made by and for a wide range of people with varying experiences. There's no scary cabal forcing devs to add women and POCs to video games. Yet, that's exactly what they've done with Tales of the Shire, because as we know, when Professor J.R.R. Tolkien, God bless his soul, wrote The Lord of the Rings, it was based on mainly white folks he is encountered or seen around him. There's nothing fundamentally racist about that. That's just what it was. That's what dictated his storytelling. Of course, you got some ridiculous British MPs who are now accusing anybody that if you like Lord of the Rings, that makes you a right-wing supremacist, which is absolutely dog shit. And it makes you wonder where that MP, in their train of thought and their deluded mind, were coming from when they decided to attack readers of literature.
Did you have some kind of mechanism, in a sense, so that you could make sure that you were true to Tolkien?
Well, we didn't want to put any of our own, certainly in terms of the thematic material, we didn't want to put any of our own baggage. I mean, we had no interest in putting our messages into this movie, but we thought that we should honor Tolkien by putting his messages into it.
So she's retweeted somebody called Stephanie GD, who says, man, all this woke BS discourse about games is such a specifically online thing, because I promise you, in real life, on a day-to-day basis, none of this exists. Well, Stephanie GDX, you're completely off your medication, love, because we know it does exist, but the way it's paraphrased and parroted and defended by the masses, and yes, David Jaffe, I'm also talking to you, you deluded fool. Don't forget, Dave, it's Valentine's Day in a few days' time, so I hope you and Daniel Vavra from Kingdom Come 2 and Warhorse Studios have yourselves a beautiful male orgy under your duvets. By getting back to this one, Calliope says, like reading those conspiracies online about how this industry works is wild. There's no evil corp working on erasing white men from games. Yes, there is. They're busy figuring out how to make you and every other gamer spend more money on microtransactions. LOL. Does this woman actually know anything about designing video games? Does she know that the whole microtransaction thing, yes, while it's still going on, we're questioning it less and less, because it seems that when you have people from China or Southeast Asia making video games without said microtransactions, then why are they doing that? But why the West seem to be still maybe fixated on doing that? So again, she's resurrecting an old argumentative point that's been going on for years, and people have kind of slipped in and out of that. Calliope says, I don't think these people understand there's a very broad market of gamers. Oh, is there really? Representation does matter to many players. So she's actually contradicting the previous point that she made. In some games, much more than others. Why does it actually matter? Really? Why? Please give me an example of where a particular video game that it actually matters. Is it Space Marine 2 by chance? You know, do we not see any female custodies, ultramarines in that video game? Is that what you're talking about, you silly woman? Games are designed by the community that made them, but also by the market that will buy them. Except the market isn't buying DEI or ESG, love. So what deluded rose-tinted spectacles are you wearing? Oh, probably these ones. Is Calliope Rider a game designer? She, her, because obviously she has to be. And let's have a look here. She was a creative producer, sound director, junior game designer, working on Star Cult's next title, and that was in 2021. Production lead on Guild, lead game producer for Weta Workshop. So she's had some gaming experience, it seems, but nothing that would make me go, oh look, she was, like me, a former office administrator. So wow, she jumped from that straight into video gaming, an all-rounder media management person, PA. So she multi-purposed, she multitasked, because apparently women are better than men at doing that particular role. But on Blue Sky social media, I mean, you have to look at this, right? Because honestly, she's like a personal therapist for herself, because she talks about how she finally came out. So here we go. So I have some news. Last Friday marked the end of an incredible personal chapter and my journey's close on Tales of the Shire. Unfortunately, my role as lead game producer at Weta Workshop was disestablished last month. So she's done her damage, the game has gone gold, and she can go tra-la-la-la-la-la-la and just make asinine comments online. There's one comment which I can't find at the moment where she talks about an underage girl who allegedly might have been assaulted by an adult, but the way she framed it was very bizarre. Like, why would that even come into your head? Unless she's speaking from personal experience, because that's the only way you would write, but it's very bizarre. So your lead game producer on Tales of the Shire, Dyer, posts messages like this. Open up Twitter to check messages. The first thing on the timeline was a transphobic post. Open up Blue Sky. First several posts are GoFundMes for people who are struggling to make rent with healthcare. Humanity collectively needs a win right now, says the woman who lives in Middle Earth, not in America, but she acts like she speaks on behalf of Americans, which is quite funny actually.
Ew, talk to the hat.
And of course, folks, Calliope states the following. This is a woman who should be making video games, not posting her political opinions online. Check in on young dudes in your life. They're just kids being exposed to vile shit with no understanding of repercussions and how this will hurt their futures. This path will lead them to being alone and villainized, because while it may be popular right now, this shit just ain't normal. And if you want to see what she's talking about, well, I will show you the video below. Again, why doesn't she just make video games or do something herself? Here we go. Well, there you go. So being a poofter is a sin. Women are property. It's easier than ever to be radicalized online and think this is normal, because Calliope is the kind of person that is all for puberty blocking and the like. I'm pretty sure she is. She probably hasn't stated that on her social media posts, but I wouldn't put it past her that she even harbors those kind of thoughts. So Tales of the Shire, folks, are you looking forward to this? I'm actually looking forward to it failing upward, because that's the only place it can go right now. Isn't that correct? What about you, Miss Lovely Funbags? What do you have to say? Nothing? Well, frankly, who can blame her? But you can blame me if you don't like this video today. But my golly, when I saw this news break yesterday, I thought I have to make a video. There's no way that I cannot make a video about this ridiculous buffoonery game that appeals to nobody, insults Lord of the Rings fans, by the way, I may add, and just shits on the legacy, or attempts to shit on the legacy of J.R.R. Tolkien's absolute brilliant literary works. And also Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh. Where are they in all this conversation? Are they just turning a blind eye? Are they horrified at what's become of what they've achieved to make a brand new generation of people come forth? And don't even talk to me about the Rings of Power on Amazon. There's what, 3 more seasons of that to go? Nobody by that point will actually care at all. If you're an Amazon lover, just pay £3.99 a month and watch Discovery Plus. I've started to do that and I'm enjoying a lot of stuff that I couldn't catch up with before. So on that one, folks, if you were me and if I were you, let's celebrate women, boobs, buns, and lots of guns. And I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Tales of courage and brave deeds in dark times.
Except an Apache helicopter. An Apache helicopter has machine guns and missiles. It is an unbelievably impressive complement of weaponry, an absolute death machine.